And a Merry Christmas from myself and Dean Thompson, and welcome to the Western Homes Community Stadium, where Stevenage made a short trip to Essex today to take on 11th place Colchester United. Stevenage, of course, sitting in 8th place, and Colchester looking to join level with Stevenage in on 32 points. But this Stevenage side, they're on a fairly decent run at the moment, so the game's underway. We'll just quickly run through the teams for you. Stevenage with Chris Day in goal. Back four, Ronnie Henry on the right, John Ashton, Mark Roberts and Scott Laird at left back. A midfield of Laurie Wilson, Michael Boswick, Joel Byram and Robin Shroot. Don Cowan partnering Chris Beardsley up front. On the bench, Luke Freeman, Phil Edwards, Byron Harrison, Alan Junion and Chucks Aniki. Merry Christmas, Dean.
Merry Christmas, Steve. Merry Christmas, everyone. Good Christmas, Steve. It looks like it.
Yeah, we'll just break off as Colchester on the attack at the moment. Ronnie Henry nipping in there and just blocking that attempted clearance, and it cannons off of the attacker and out for a Stevenage throw. Dean, what do you make of this? It's Stevenage on a good run at the moment, and they just need that win, don't they, just to pile on the pressure on the teams above them.
Yeah, definitely. The 3 0-0 draws in a row were a bit of a disappointment, but, you know, clean sheets are everything in this league, and once you can turn it around and start scoring a few goals, you know, those 1 points turn into 3, and hopefully, you know, on the road today, hopefully Stevenage can pick up all 3.
It's Ronnie Henry with the throw on the right hand side, tackling throw, gets it back from Cowan. No, he doesn't. Cowan looks to go on the outside into the area. Strong run from Cowan, pulls it back. Laurie Wilson there, he had a clear shot at goal there, and it's just skewed off his right boot and away. But that's a good start from Stevenage.
Yeah, great piece of play from Cowan. Wriggled his way round to the byline, didn't he? But probably in a bit too tight to Laurie Wilson, and he wasn't able to sort of change the direction of the ball. It just had to come off his shin.
So goal kick, it's Ben Williams will take the Colchester lineup with Rose, Heath, Okuengao and Wilson across the back. Bond, James, O'Toole and Henderson in midfield. Dogood and Odijay up front this afternoon. And it's Stevenage who are having to defend at the moment as John Ashton wins his header, puts it into the path of Byram, who'll hook it forward. Stevenage trying to make something of it, but Colchester secure it and play it down that right hand side where it's put out of play for a Colchester throw-in midway inside the Stevenage half. Stevenage playing left to right as we look at the pitch. Colchester taking the throw-in with Andy Bonds, but it's prodded forward, and Chris Day will just let that one bounce a couple of times before going out of play. Stevenage miserly in defence though. Those 3 goalless draws as you were talking about, but they're not conceding too many goals, Dean.
No, three I think in the last 9 games. Clean sheets against Charlton, Yeovil, Brentford, you know, all good sides, and then the 3 0-0 draws. So yeah, it's you know, as you say, miserly at the back after that poor run of 4 defeats. But yeah, things seem to be coming together for Graham Wesley at the back, and just as I said a moment ago, just got to turn the 0-0s into 1-0s and 2-0s.
There is Laurie Wilson just making a run. Beardsley just letting the ball go behind him, keeps it in as well somehow. Defender as cool as you like there. Matt Heath, was it, who's just got a toe on that, and it's picked up by Williams.
He'll know by the end of the game that he can leave no yard there with Chris Beardsley chomping at his heels. While that ball's still this side of the white line, Chris Beardsley won't give it up.
No, he chased it, and he just got a toe on it, didn't he, and he kept it in play, and now it's Colchester again who just lob it into the area, and Day just lets it bounce and coolly gathers.
Laird just missed out there on his header, didn't he? And there's a little bit of space behind him for them to just hook the ball into the box, but nothing comes of it.
There's Okuengao heading the ball into midfield, but it's broken up as Joel Byram finds Cowan on the run. Good sliding challenge come in, and I think the Colchester defender's got hurt there as the ball gets played forward. It's a chase for Odijay. It's Day comes off his line, out to the edge of the area and gathers. Say off his line, that's almost got a nosebleed there. Chris Day coming out that far. Ball forward down this right hand side for Stevenage. Laurie Wilson gets it under control. Ronnie Henry, you're getting involved. Stevenage maybe just trying to get that rhythm as Ashton lifts it forward. Beardsley knocks it down. Laurie Wilson loses out and it's cleared, but Ashton in there and gets the header on that, and it's broken up. It's going to be a free kick to Stevenage. Good settled start from Graham Wesley's men. As Henry sends the free kick forward. Heath with the header, the centre half, but it's picked up again by Stevenage. Boswick, first mention of him, out to Ronnie Henry. Henry just skips over the challenge, it's out for a throw, and that's taken quickly. Beardsley will knock it back towards Henry. Just has a little bit of work to do to keep it in play. Lifted forward, and again that will just bounce through. Goalkeeper Ben Williams will take that one.
Yeah, just a brushed clearance from Ashton, wasn't it? Just went a little too high and a little too in between Cowan and Beardsley, straight through to the goalkeeper. Plenty of control from Stevenage though, isn't there?
Yeah, it's a good solid start, I think you could say.
He's got plenty of touch about him, Don Cowan, as well. We haven't seen anything much of him really, have we? And he's certainly looking lively in these opening 6 or 7 minutes.
It's one of the many squad members that Stevenage have who come in and out of the side, and you almost don't recognise it at times. But, they certainly just seem to get it right. Here's Day. Here's his clearance down that left-hand side. Good battle with Beardsley and Okongai. Okongai won his header on that occasion, but again, he's the one who ended up on the floor. Chris Beardsley, just as solid as you like, which is nothing more than you'd expect. Scott Laird, the Scotsman. Is he Scottish? Is he English? I don't know. He's played for Scotland, didn't he? Played for England as well. Does he know? Clearance, ball out of play. No, it's not. It's kept in play. Now it's out of play. Off of Shroot, and it's going to be a throw into Colchester midway inside their own half. We're coming up to the 8th minute here. It's goalless at the Western Homes Community Stadium. And Stevenage probably settling the better of the two sides, but it's Colchester who finally get the ball down and out to this left-hand side. But it's Ronnie Henry there who just takes that ball so easily off of Henderson, sent forward. Henry involved again, finds John Ashton this time and has a good look left and right, and then turns and puts it back to his goalkeeper. Chris Day just patient, waiting, sends it forward. There's Beardsley helping it on, gets it back. Does Beardsley from Cowan. Beardsley into the area. Oh, it's 1-0, tucked in at the far post there. It's Robin Shroot who just popped up in the right place at the right time. Colchester United 0, Stevenage 1.
Lovely piece of play, wasn't it, Steve, down that right hand side. Beardsley, little header into Cowan, little 1-2, played Beardsley in, got himself almost to the byline, saw Shroot arriving at the far post. No Colchester defenders in attendance, and he's just slotted that ball between goalkeeper and defender, and Shroot's had the easiest of tasks there to put Stevenage 1-0 up. Wow, great move.
They really open up that defence, didn't they? Wonderful stuff.
Just a simple little header 1-2, wasn't it, with Cowan and Beardsley?
Yeah, and
got Beardsley going.
I was going to say, and Beardsley had the foresight to see Shroot popping up at the far post, and well, he's not going to have an easier finish, is he, all season? Stevenage a goal to the good, and that's Christmas cheer already for the men from the Lameck Stadium.
Those fans away to our left enjoyed that.
He certainly did, in full voice. I think I can see young Keith Bell in there as well. Here's Ronnie Henry. No, it's not Ronnie Henry, it's Chris Day. How can I miss those two?
Wow.
Sorry, Chris. Stevenage again, just winning that ball in midfield and just working. Michael Boswick, we haven't said much about him, but already he's starting to just flex his weight in the middle of that midfield. And Stevenage it is who've won a free kick. I think it must be an offside there, is it? John Ashton leaves it for Chris Day.
Yes, no drama really for Stevenage from Colchester at the moment, and a way of free kicks and throw-ins, and a little flick on from Beardsley there, but couldn't take all the sting out of it, could he?
Yep. It was just one, and just again it would just bobble through to goalkeeper Ben Williams, but I should imagine Graham Wesley down in that dugout area really pleased with what he's seen so far from his side, because they've looked solid and looked in a good rhythm at the start of this Boxing Day fixture. Here's Laird to take the throw in just inside the Stevenage half. Joel Byram gets it back to Laird, and it's a stray pass from him. Colchester, a goal down, just looking to try and work it into the Stevenage half, and John Ashton will shepherd that ball out of play quite simply there. Keodia J just muscled out of it really, wasn't he?
Yeah, I mean that right hand side with Wilson and Henry, you're going to have to do well to get change out of those two down that right hand side, or the Colchester left today.
Williams, the goalkeeper, clears from the edge of his area. Ashton's there. So wins his first header. He's played straight back to him. Laurie Wilson back to Ronnie Henry. He'll lift it forward. Cowan knocks it down, but straight to the Colchester player. Colchester get it under control. Forward from the back, and there's Ian Henderson chasing, but again the Stevenage defence there just to mop it up and put it out of play.
You just see there, Wilson ended up not quite winning that header, and mopping up right behind was Ronnie. So that they work so well as a two down that right hand side.
Colchester in possession. Can't remember Colchester themselves. They're going to be vying towards the end of the season as well for one of the promotion places. But
yeah, well, only 3 points behind Stevenage, of course. They're on 29, 11th place. Stevenage on 32. Stevenage with a better goal difference of 7 at the moment. Another goal kick.
Goal kick, yeah. There's 3 0-0s. Preston, Walsall and Orient. Lots of wins in there from Stevenage as well. It's a good unbeaten run from them. The last defeat away at Huddersfield Town.
Well, it's been funny, isn't it? Because that famous 5-1 against Sheffield Wednesday was followed by 3 defeats, wasn't it? 2 at home and 2 away at Notts County, Carlisle, Scunthorpe and Huddersfield. And that night you thought that Stevenage were never going to lose another game, and the next 2 or 3 weeks sort of told us otherwise.
It's Stevenage free kick sent into the area. It's played out, looking for Beardsley, but the defence just scramble and get it away. There's Shroot turning it across to Laurie Wilson. Forward from Ashton. There's Cowan. Oh, it just bounced in front of him, but it's Beardsley who's through on goal. Beardsley with the effort. Oh, it's a good save from the keeper in the end, and Schrute couldn't get onto it. But Cowan, ball just skipped over him and in nipped Beardsley. Still the danger there for Colchester though, as Henry whips in another ball. It's just allowed to drop over his shoulder by Schrute and turn it back to Laird. Laird looks up, left foot ball forward from him, and well, he'll have played better crosses than that, I'm sure, during the course of the season.
And he'll play better ones than that in the future as well, I'm sure. I don't think anyone realised when that ball was lofted in that it was going to fall so kindly for Beardsley, probably included himself, but it couldn't have dropped any more perfectly, could it? And he had his chance, and keeper's come out, made himself big and got something on it, hasn't it? And the save has sort of bounced up awkwardly, so Schrute couldn't really get underneath it, but what a great chance to go 2-0 up there for Stevenage.
It was kind of just skipped up in front of Cowan as well, didn't it? It was just... I don't think maybe Chris was expecting it to come through to him, but it did, and he got his shot away, but he'd probably think, oh, I wonder if we'll finish that one. There's Schrute battling over on that far side for possession. Doesn't win it this time, but he'll go back for some more. Colchester just probing down the Stevenage left-hand side. It's lifted forward though, and it's just prodded forward for Laurie Wilson to chase. He won't get to it. Defender does, and just skews it out of play. Graham Wesley just encouraging his players. He's looking happy at the moment.
He'll find something to have a go at them about at half time if it stays 1-0.
16 and a half minutes on the clock here. It's a scoreline: Colchester 0, Stevenage 1, but Stevenage could easily have been 2 with that chance just a moment or two ago from Beardsley. And it's Colchester at the moment who are certainly the side who will know that they're in a game. Challenge from Joseph Byron, and
he got there as quick as he could.
Odejay, well, he went over, yeah. I think he's just told the referee that one as well. So, free kick in a dangerous area. It's right in the centre of the Stevenage half of the pitch. And it's who's on the ball at the moment?
Well, it's these red numbers on blue and white stripes, Steve, isn't it?
Difficult to pick out.
We're not very good at the best of times.
It's the Colchester player, runs up now. It's straight into the wall, and maybe a chance for Stevenage to counter here. Laurie Wilson looks down this right hand side, clips it infield. It's Ashton, he'll send it forward. Cowan will chase, but he's just beaten to it by Ben Williams, the goalkeeper.
He had to be smart there, didn't he, Williams?
Yeah, Cowan has just settled into things, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got plenty of scamper about him, hasn't he?
Like that word.
I know.
Clearance from Williams all the way through to Day. Chris Day sends it long. Laurie Wilson's underneath it. Touches it infield. I don't think he knew too much about it. Beardsley's taken maybe a hand to the face there as he tried to get possession. John Ashton rushing back, and did I say rush back? I don't know.
Well, it was the trouble is, Steve, it was Boswick actually, and I didn't want to pull you up, but Ash and Bozzy are both wearing a bandage on their hand. You see, that's what's confusing me.
It is, and that's forward, and Odejay just got there before Chris Day, and he got the last touch when the ball just ran away from him. That could have been a dangerous moment then, to be honest.
Yeah, kind of going away from goal, but yeah, you don't really want any mix up there, do you? But yeah, Ash has got the bandage on the left hand. We just need to check where Bozzy's is, but yeah. But that's why you don't notice Bozzy so much, because he just nips in, breaks the play up, and gets rid of the ball really quickly, and you know he's built a career on that, Stevenage, isn't he? Just breaking up the play and then You know, he's more obvious going forward when he bursts forward and scores those spectacular goals.
Colchester 0, Stevenage 1 here on this festive Boxing Day fixture.
What was the mince pie count yesterday, Steve? How many did you have?
Mince
you won't be able to
pies,
get back on that bike.
Brussels sprouts.
I bet there was a big pudding in the Watkins household as well. Not just you.
Oh, very good. Very good. All out of play. Stevenage on the attack again. Laurie Wilson has a word with the linesman. I don't think he was too happy. I think he felt he was bundled off the ball. There's Mark Roberts. Haven't seen him too often this afternoon.
Oh, loose ball.
Yeah, stray one. It's Colchester into the centre circle they go. Put it out to the right hand side. And it's Joel Byron breaking that one up, but Colchester win it back. Henderson. There's John Joe O'Toole. Sends it out to this left hand side. There's the willing runner, John Joe O'Toole, knocks it back into the midfield area. It's squared, the shot will come in. Dave goes down right hand side, he parries it first, and it's a second ball sent across. And, Chris Day's looking at the linesman, but it was a good initial save, and then he had to rely on one of his defenders to hack it away. Nobody got the touch in on that. Here comes another ball into the area. Stevie's just starting to come under some pressure.
Yeah, a little bit there. I kind of thought that he was going for that long range shot, and I thought, oh, here we go, this is going to go high, wide and handsome, but he pulled a really great save out of the day, didn't it? And Colchester were the first to react to that, and neither Ronnie nor Laurie Wilson were back quick enough to be able to get the seconds on Daisy's save, and created more havoc with the ball across the box.
So
he's led though.
That lead from Stevenage just almost starting to look a little bit threatened for the last 2 or 3 minutes, but Roberts will clear and put it out of play. Will be Colchester throwing midway inside their own half. Won't be midway inside their own half.
Over the halfway line. There's a big clearance.
Was that Laird thumping it forward? One in midfield by Beardsley. Thanks. Shroot lays it out to that left hand side. Loose, picked up by Colchester. Lloyd James. Just happy to knock it through the back at the moment. Coming up to 24 minutes played. Stevenage still with that 1 goal lead. Murray Wilson finds Ronnie Henry and just put it back to his goalkeeper. And, no pressure at all, not being closed down at all by the Colchester front men. Chris Day all the time in the world just to get things set and send it forward. There's Wilson, finds Cowan down under the challenge. It's going to be a Stevenage free kick. Michael Rose it was with the challenge. Here comes Byram with his left foot. He's got Robin Shroot there with him as well. 2 hands in the air. What does that mean, Dean?
It might go in between the 2 posts. I'm not sure Joel knows.
Runs it up now, sends it in there. Oh, it's Mark Roberts who meets it. Couldn't get it on target. But that's what it meant.
I've always wondered what that means. 1 arm up for a corner, 2 arms up, 1 finger in the air, 2 fingers in the air.
Well, you've quite often had 2 fingers in the air at you, haven't you?
Not from Joel.
Sometimes one. There's the clearance from Ben Williams. Cowan turns. Well, he's caught as well, but he finds Beardsley. Beardsley onto his right foot. Oh, he finds the net as well inside the left-hand upright. The shot came in from, 21 yards from Beardsley. It just looked like the keeper might have got to it, but it's tucked it into the bottom left-hand corner. It's Colchester 0, Stevenage 2.
Oh, beautifully placed, Steve. You might say the keeper might have done better with it, but I say Beardsley placed that beautifully in the corner there. But what great run from Don Cowan in the lead-up to that. He picked the ball up and he's just taking it on, and he's running at them Colchester defenders and they don't like it. He's just laid it off. Beardsley's taking it up. Touch. Placed it. 2-0.
No Stevenage fans, well, they can't believe this. 26 minutes played and they find themselves 2 goals to good.
Well, that's the way to batter off any, pressure from the home side that might want to get a goal back. Just go and score one yourself.
Yeah, well, now they've got to open up. They've got to settle a little bit more than they have done. They just threatened a couple of times, just 5 minutes ago, didn't they? But Stevenage have almost killed that off with that second goal. And it's going to be a Stevenage throw, which Ronnie Henry will take. Okoangai sends it up into the Stevenage half. It's a little bit long ball and just hopeful more than anything at the moment from Colchester. Rose it is with the throw in on this near side. It's the Stevenage right. Back to Rose. Rose finds James. Now it's O'Toole. He loses out. Stevenage get it away up to the halfway line. Cowan. Thought he'd lost it for a moment. Now it's Boswick. Boswick almost from the halfway line back to Day. Day clears and it's back where it was. Beardsley just lets it drop. Lovely touch. Cowan out to Laurie Wilson. Wilson Rose in front of him. Pulls it back in towards Boswick. Boswick curls it into the area. Colchester dealing with it, but Boswick fights to win it back. Now it's Henry. Henry still going. Just tried to slip it through to Beardsley. Beardsley looked in frustration there. That just wasn't strong enough from Henry with it, was it? With his left foot, that might have just sent him through. Here comes Stevenage again though. And there's Beardsley. Finds Wilson. Wilson back into Beardsley, back to goal, turns, gets in a shot, but it's off the defender, and that's going to be a corner.
Yeah, really good play, wasn't it? Wilson just patient down the right hand side, gets it into Beardsley, back to goal, takes a little touch, one just to his left, turn and spin, but a good block. We had a Beardsley goal today, a Beardsley goal last week, Steve. Our expectations are rising.
Shroot it is with the corner. Who's that? That was Beardsley again, who's got on the end of that one. He couldn't keep his header down, and that's gone behind. Yeah, well, he's not a goal scoring striker, is he, Chris Beardsley?
That's what people will tell you.
Always picks up a card as well.
Don't say that. He gets upset with you.
We did. Do you remember when I asked him about that? Oh dear. Yeah. This is a ball knocked down by Oda J. Back.
So many loose balls from Colchester, isn't there, at the minute?
Yeah, and Stevenage just quite patient, aren't they? They pick it up.
Yeah.
You have to say they look slick.
Yeah, and they're not even jumping into challenges. They're just kind of holding off that half a yard and waiting for Colchester to make that mistake, and they can gobble the ball up.
There's left back Laird with the throw. Cowan sandwiched between two defenders, goes down. Referee not interested. It's forward. Odujayi will chase it to that right hand touch line. He touches it back. Ball swung in. It's John Ashton to volley it away. Cowan trying to get it under Stevenage possession, but it can't do so. Then Roberts does, and now Cowan has got the possession, and then just that one little touch is to Matt Heath, and Heath will put it back to his goalkeeper. 30 minutes played here at the Western Homes Community Stadiums. Colchester United 0, Stevenage 2 on this Boxing Day fixture. It's Beardsley will find Laurie Wilson, and you have to say Stevenage just looking in control and
until John Ashton kicks the ball at a Colchester attacker. Yeah.
There's Cowan underneath that one, heads it up into the air, and it's going to be an easy clearing header from Heath, and then it's worked its way all the way back to keeper Ben Williams. How do you think Graham West is taking this at the moment?
I would say he's quite happy, but
he's never happy, is he?
we both know the gaffer, and we both know that he'll find something to complain about at half time. But yeah, you can't be delighted with 2 goals away from home on Boxing Day in the first half, without a doubt. Big clearance from Dale.
Boswick heading it forward, straight to the defender though. Will get his clearance away. Laird wasn't going to win that one, just lets it drop and then hooks it forward himself, and then it's just volleyed through. Chris Day waits for it to bounce and skip up.
Scott Laird not happy with the linesman and lets him know.
You wouldn't want to be a linesman, would you? Not over on that side either. It's Cowan getting in there, causing a little bit of problem as well, and Colchester
the goalkeeper gets a nick.
Get it away, but now it's with Wilson. Wilson sends it across. That's just over everybody and away. But again, they can't cope with Beardsley and Cowan, who are just chasing everything and getting the little touch on and causing all sorts of havoc.
I thought the Beardsley hook there was a bit more in hope than anything else, but Cowan's come out of nowhere, hasn't he, to get a toe on that and end up in a heap with the goalkeeper on the ground, and Stevenage were able to recycle it. Just a bit too far over the last man at the far post, though.
Here's Ronnie Henry. Henry finding Wilson, and Wilson just losing the ball from his feet. Rose sends it across, left-footed, looking for Odujayi. Again, that Stevenage defence will just swallow that one up. Out of defence.
Robin Shroot having a look left and right, no free kick.
Yeah, he looked at the ref, then looked at the linesman, then another look at the ref. No doubt Scott Laird had a word with the lino as well, but Colchester just in possession. Oh dear, overrun.
Another unforced error.
Yeah, and it's out of play. And Laird will take the throw in. Laird, left back, sends it forward. Beardsley gets a header to it. It's cleared by Colchester, but again, Stevenage happy to build. Laurie Wilson loses possession. Rose thought about taking Wilson on and then thought better of it. Sends it back to his goalkeeper, who plays it long. Odujayi, watched by Ronnie Henry.
What's happening here? He's won the ball there, Steve, hasn't he? He's had to get round him, but he's got his foot on the ball.
I think there was a bit of 6 of one, half a dozen of the other there. A bit of pushing and shoving from both, but it's a free kick to Colchester. James it is. We'll square it. Shot comes in.
Whoa. That was what I was expecting from the first one.
Chris Day almost looked ruefully at that one, as if to say, "How dare you!"
didn't even reach those Stevenage supporters behind that goal, did it?
Day spots the ball down. Stevenage 2-0 up here with 10 minutes to go to half time. As Day plays that goal kick. Cowan wins his header, finds Laurie Wilson. Wilson just can't get it under control. Rose sends it forward, but Ashton's there. Comes back towards Roberts. Roberts lifts it forward. Now it's Shrew. A little tuck of the shirt there. Referee spots that one. So, yeah, that's a good spot from the referee, because Shrew was on his way through and he just had his shirt pulled. Scott Laird fancies this one. Robin Schroot's there, John Ashton's there, as is Don Cowan. Beardo's come across.
Beardsley's got something to say. There's a surprise.
He's putting his 10 penneth across. Walks away almost in disgust. I don't think he's got his way. Shroot and Cowan over the ball. Scott Laird looks like he's going to play the shot, but the referee's not happy. They nicked half a yard, didn't they? I noticed it as Ash ran away. Ball's half a turn away. It's played across. Boswick hits that one. Straight into the defender. He'll know that one.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll reignite some Christmas cheer as he shakes that one off.
I think that will smart a little bit as the ball bounces out of play over on that far side.
Lovely. Nothing better than a ball in the midriff on a cold winter's day.
Cross comes in from Colchester. Robin Schroot's there, and the ball just popped up and he heads it behind. And you have to say, nobody really dealt with that one.
No. And there's not too much of a conversation happening afterwards. Daisy sort of pointed at Ash and said, well, maybe you should have been there, but corner to Colchester.
Are you going to argue with him? Here comes the corner. Stevenage, it's gone loose. Shot will come in. It's just kissed the outside of the right hand upright then. And now Chris Day has a word.
Yeah. Well, they defended it. You know, there were numbers on the edge of the box, but there was nobody in anticipation of Colchester moving it to the left, was there? And he had plenty of time to sort of take it on and swing a right-footed shot around Daisy, and just, as you say, off the outside of the stanchion.
Andy Bond it was.
But yeah, the header there was, it was almost dropped to left back, and Laird sort of flicked it up with the outside of his boot, didn't he, for Shroot to head behind, from the attack first off.
Just maybe the defence just switching off for a couple of minutes there on a couple of occasions. As Colchester send it forward again. Oda J gets to it as well. Ball comes in, headed away by Ashton. Roberts nowhere near that one. The shot comes in, it's turned wide by Chris Day, just stretching to his right hand side, got a palm on it, and that's a good save.
That is a good save. Another shot from outside the box there, Steve, but that was a cracker. That was a great save.
Here comes the corner into the near post. It's away from Stevenage, hooked back into the area. Ashton heads it away again. Allowed to drop by Beardsley. Beardsley back to goal. Sends it back to Roberts, and Roberts plays it forward. Don Cowan knocks it into midfield. And then Okoangai will put it back to his goalkeeper. So, just as half time approaching, maybe Graham Wesley will have something to say to his side.
He's count. Oh, referee.
Yeah, that's got to be a foul, please. Okongai.
I think there might be a yellow card in that.
Yeah, calls him across.
He turned him. Yeah, he turned him and he was away, wasn't he?
Yeah. Well, he'd lost him, and I think Cowan, showing the form that he has done today, he would have enjoyed a little run then. Schrute comes to take this free kick. Joel Byram, he says, no you're not. I'm having this one.
We'll get that little left foot on it.
Puts it into the area. Knocked down by Beardsley. Away by Colchester though. And thumped upfield. Henry into the...
and there was Beardsley back at right midfield.
I had to look twice then. Colchester coming forward. Oh, it's a little bit of a clumsy challenge from Schrute. The referee has let him get away with it as well.
I'd call it unorthodox.
Yeah, you're happy with that one, are you?
Yeah, I'm alright with that. I'm not expecting a free kick against for that.
Okay.
Funny how things happen differently. You see things differently from one end to the other, don't you?
Yeah. Matt Heath with the clearance, one bounce, out of play. A little bit agricultural. Ronnie Henry, ball in his hand to take the throw in. 42 minutes approaching.
Well, I'm looking forward to my cup of tea and glass of sherry at half time, Steve. We know they're very hospitable here at Colchester, so maybe there'll be a little Christmas drink come round to the commentary box.
Yeah, Johnny Wardren will no doubt be around with the Quality Street soon. This ball's out of play.
Never mind their Quality Street. I've seen you come with a box. Get them out. I saw them in your box. I thought he's going to keep them to himself towards the end.
We've seen plenty of quality on the pitch, that's for sure, from Stevenage in this opening 45 minutes. As Boswick turns it out to Henry. He sets Laurie Wilson off. Wilson's ball, well, it will be gathered by Schrute, and he stays in as well. Manages to hook it back across, but you can't find anybody other than John Joe O'Toole, and Colchester look to run it out of defence. There's Wilson though, who just runs back and takes it off the defender. And this is where Stevenage have really put Colchester in a lot of bother, because they're just chasing things and winning balls that they've got no right to win. There's another one forward. Cowan, who's been a thorn all afternoon. Ball swinging in.
He seems to love that ball into his chest, Cowan, doesn't he? It seems to sort of have a bit of Velcro on his jersey.
It's Chris Beardsley.
Ben Williams deciding that he was getting that ball, whether Beardsley was in the way or not.
Yeah.
Whoop. There we go. There's a John Aston clearance for you.
Yeah, it must be half time coming.
Yes.
He tried to clear this stand.
It's a good job he's out there and not at home listening to this, that's all I can say.
Yeah. Here's the clearance, and it's there's an offside flag. How can that be offside? It's
I think there's
a yard, 2 yards inside the Colchester half.
10 yards inside his own half there. I think Beardsley was telling the linesman.
Well,
another wasteful.
Some people say Beardsley's not the fastest, but come on. That's not me saying that. If just in case Chris Beardsley happens to catch up with this game. So just inside the last minute before the break.
Chris Day takes it to the opposite side of the penalty area. Just waste a bit more time. See it through to the break.
Wilson knocks it forward. It's bouncing around. Ronnie Henry's there.
No stoppages to talk of, so it'd be pretty quick from the 45, wouldn't it, for the whistle, I think?
Yeah. I think so. Can't remember the physio on yet. There it is. It's just been knocked around. Nobody really getting it under control, and nobody getting it on the turf either. As Shroot knocks it out of play on that far side on the halfway line. I think he was hoping for the whistle. Here's the ball from the back. Can Colchester get something just before the break? No, don't think so. It's John Joe O'Toole goes down. He's
a few words with Henry there.
Was it Henry or John Ashton, I think?
Or a little trip. But he just went down in his run, didn't he? Looking for hoping he'd clip the heels and looking for a free kick. Certainly not getting one off this referee.
Chris Beardsley caught in a headlock by Matt Heath there, and he's missing a good game, this referee, isn't he? There's Cowan. Knocks it infield. Shroot. Back to Laird. Laird lifts it forward. Now it's Beardsley. He's got Heath in front of him. Back to goal. Heath just holds him up. Beardsley just trying to get that space for the shot. Gets it onto his left foot. Tries to clip it across. And you have to say Heath's done well there. And Beardsley tries to get the block in. Is that it? No, ball's out of play. Referee says we're going to have some more. Played a minute here. Stevenage leading by 2-0. Laird it is, he throws it forward. Cowan again just chasing that ball.
I thought he'd won a corner there, Steve.
Yeah, this time his luck was out, and the referee just gives the free kick to Colchester. Sent over the halfway line. Play on, says the referee. Mark Roberts heading it into the midfield area. It's picked up by Colchester, but just cleared by Byram. And out of play on that far side. And there we go. There is the half-time whistle, and Graham Wesley happy with that, Dean, no doubt.
Yeah, I would have thought so. 2-0 up away from home, yeah, you've got to be. I mean, a win today could see Stevenage in 6th place, couldn't it? Up, and then you're chasing down those big boys then, aren't you? And you've got to just keep on plugging away, and hopefully in the second half just keep the sheet clean to start with, and then go on and score a third.
There we go, half-time, Colchester 0, Stevenage 2. And a welcome back to the Western Homes Community Stadium. Colchester United 0, Stevenage 2. Just looks like the cameraman doesn't want to show us the second half here, as the players getting themselves ready. He must come from Colchester, Dean. Enjoying a little break?
Got my tea.
Yeah.
Got my jelly babies. What else can you want at half time?
Mince pie.
There was none knocking about.
Second half underway here.
That's the trouble. The written press get out of their seats before we do, so unfortunately I think Damien Roberts got to the mince pies first.
Again, it's Colchester early getting the ball through. Always through on goal, and the shot comes in, and that's a sharp save in the end from Chris Day. It was Ian Henderson on the edge of the box, just turned and got a right foot shot away, and Day had to be smart.
Yeah, it was a good save, but I think Chris was too happy with the defending, but he's made the chance himself. Here comes the corner.
Corner comes in. That header. That wasn't too far wide either. And
you need to be in the target there, John Joe O'Toole.
Yeah, Michael Boswick just had a look and arms outstretched as if to say, well, who was dealing with that one?
Yeah. The thing is, that's what I like about this team and this squad, Steve. There's nothing, there's no major panic or drama. They know what went wrong. They'll put it right next time, and there's always learning going on in this team.
There's the clearance from Day. It rolls out of play. Remember, Stevenage is 2 goals to the good. Laurie Wilson with the throw finds Ronnie Henry. Some trying to get through here, and then the shot driven low by Beardsley, and again the goalkeeper, another sharp save, this time from Ben Williams. So chances at either end in the opening spell of this second half.
Good save, wasn't it? He took all the sting out of it, so it wasn't bouncing out too far, and certainly in the wrong direction for Cowan. So
yeah,
could have been a goal at either end, Steve.
Just quickly run through the lineups for you. Stevenage with Day in goal, Henry, Ashton, Robertson, Laird across the back, Wilson, Boswick, Byram and Shroot in midfield, Cowan and Beardsley up front. On the bench today, Luke Freeman, Phil Edwards, Byron Harrison, Alan Julian and Chuck Zaniki. So plenty of firepower there if Graham Westley wants to use it. Here comes Stevenage again. It's Cowan, knocks it down. Oh, that shot just flashed wide there from Michael Boswick, and well, that could have been game over.
Yeah, straight from the throw, wasn't it? And again, Cowan causing all sorts of trouble for the Colchester defence, and Boswick just let fly and just the wrong side of the post.
He does connect well, doesn't he? That ball, there's no backlift at all there, and the shot just comes away. There's the ball just flew wide of that upright. I don't think that was I don't even think there was inches in that.
No.
Colchester knocking the ball out to that far side. There's Rose into midfield. It's hooked forward by James. Up down. Laurie Wilson gets it under control. Ronnie Henry with the clearance. Comes back. John Ashton there just ran into his player. There's Odijay. Gets onto his right foot. The shot comes in, but that's off of Laird. Talk us through John Ashton's challenge.
Well, that wasn't so much unorthodox. It was more a body check, wasn't it?
Ball swung in. It's bouncing around inside that Stevenage area. Roberts with I'd like to say a cushion header into the path of Scott Laird, who can get the clearance away. Now it's Cowan.
Go on, Tom.
Sends it through, looking for Beardsley. Flag's gone up for offside. And
dear, oh dear.
Beardsley not happy, and it will be a Colchester free kick.
So he gets going quickly, Cowan, doesn't he?
Roberts with the clearing header. Out of play. Lloyd James sends it forward. It's a half block, and again a shot comes in, and that Day gathers that one. I think he's indicating that he thought there was handball in there, did he?
Well, there was a Ronnie Henry was sandwiched, wasn't he, between two Colchester players, and it fell kindly for them, so he was able to get a shot away. But yeah, end to end, chances at both ends, but Colchester seem a little bit more lively than they did in the first.
Stevens trying to get it forward. He's busy with the challenge.
I give the referee that one.
Yeah. No problems in that one. Free kick, he says. Just outside the Colchester penalty area. Jay knocks it infield, gets it back. James. Odijay. Bond onto his right foot. Gets angled into the area. It's volleyed in. And there's the not the equaliser. It's a goal back from Colchester, and that's knocked in by Ian Henderson, who's got himself into a couple of decent goal-scoring chances. This time he finds the back of the net. Colchester 1, Stevenage 2.
Well, he found himself unmarked, didn't he, on the edge of the 6-yard box for some reason. Colchester were very patient in their build-up, lots of little triangles out on this right-hand side. They moved it into the middle, back out again. Ball to the far post, headed back in, and much like Shroot's in the first half, unmarked, and goal at his mercy there. That's a disappointing goal to let him.
Well, dare I say it, the game's a little bit too open for my liking at the moment.
Yeah.
It's a little bit end to end. There's been chances at either end, and Colchester have had 2 or 3. Referee's going to have a word with Laurie Wilson, who's just had a little strop there. He's not been given a throw in. Colchester players happy to point that out to the referee as well, it has to be said. Here comes
yeah, John Ashton joining in. If there's some rumble to be had, Ash will be amongst it.
The referee was in the middle of that one as well. It's not the place to be, is it?
well, he's a braver man than I.
Comes out of play for a throw. Ronnie Henry will take. Header comes across. Down goes Cowan. Must have been a slip. Nobody complaining about it. Just to get the ball down and trying to move it forward, but John Ashton's there. Joel Byron. No frills from him as he plays it back to his goalkeeper. Day gets the clearance in. Stevenage put to build again. Led. Pass forward, just intercepted, and it's thumped out of play by the defender. Stevenage just need to be careful here. Colchester has shown that they can create the chances. Chris Day's had a couple of saves to make.
As you say, it's a bit too open, and I don't think Graham will let that go on for too much longer. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Phil Edwards off the bench.
There's Cowan. Again, just troubling the defenders. It comes off of Cowan's shin up into the air, and Colchester can't get it under control. Do win the throw-in though on the halfway line. John Joe O'Toole. James there looking for the free kick. It didn't come. Now it's Shroot.
Whoop.
No chance of getting that one under control, and Colchester are away. There's Dogood finds Rose. Now it's O'Neill. O'Toole even. Jones wins the free kick.
Wins the free kick, I think that was correct, yes.
Yeah. You can't take it from there either.
Just sort of tried to go round Ronnie Henry, didn't he? And I didn't see any arm movement from Ron there. Just slid down to the ground. That ball's going to need to go back.
Referee just making sure it is the 10 yards. Here comes the free kick. Wow.
Lad, that was high and wide.
Yeah.
And at the far post there, O'Toole and Beardsley were tangling, shall we say?
Yeah, there was words, wasn't there? And the referee spotted it.
He wants to add some of his own.
To be honest, they're two players who will never shirk out. John Joe O'Toole, Chris Beardsley. Look, butter wouldn't melt.
look at Scott Laird laughing at the pair of them.
Goal kick to Stevenage. Very green pitch. Day runs up. Finally the ball back in play. Hooked into the centre circle. Laird challenging for it. Doesn't win it. Jane knocks it past Roberts. He's got Laird in front of him. Right foot cross from him, but that's poor. Just bounces out. Stevenage goal kick. Is that your mate over on the far side?
Yeah. He showed a bit better footwork than some of the Colchester midfield there, didn't he? Here we go. Oh look. 2 changes. I got the first one right. Phil Edwards coming on for Cowan.
Well done, Dave.
And Oh wow.
I wouldn't have seen that one coming.
Graham's very much on my wavelength.
And Robin Shroot makes way for Luke Freeman. He didn't get that one.
Yeah, sort of just beef it up in the middle. Freeman will probably play left-hand side of Beardsley, just maybe a 4-5-1, but we'll wait and see.
There's the clearance from Ben Williams. 12 minutes of the second half at Western Homes Community Stadium. It's only Colchester 1, Stevenage 2, and probably a bit closer than that first half suggested. Laurie Wilson, right foot cross comes in from him. That's sliced away by the defender. Into Phil Edwards. First touch for him. Knocks it out to this near side. It's the other substitute, Luke Freeman. Gets it across. I think he was slipping as he did so. And he's done enough to win a corner.
Yeah, that's better. That's almost an instant response with the two substitutes getting involved there, wasn't it? Edwards on the edge of the box, just being patient, getting it out wide to Freeman, who tried to go past his man and just couldn't beat the first defender with his cross. Left-footed corner coming up.
Here's Freeman, left-footed. It's away by the defender who was falling at the time, but it's Laurie Wilson. Out to this near side, cross comes in from him, and Williams just gathers that one comfortably.
Yeah, he had to though. Roberts was arriving late, wasn't he?
Yeah. Have they steadied the ship, Dean, after Colchester early onslaught in the second half?
Yeah, I think it will. It just, look at that Freeman in there now with Byram and Boswick, but here come Colchester.
Tool it is.
Yeah, see, just got stopped by Edwards, and then here we go.
There was studs showing there from O'Toole.
Yeah, on Edwards, wasn't it? Edwards kind of blocked him, and Boswick finished off the tackle. But yeah, that was a bit naughty.
It was. I felt that at the time. It's Boswick who's felt the weight of that one. Referee's got a decision to make here, because I felt Toole really did dive in there.
Yeah, it's a yellow card, isn't it? Funny how their socks always need attention, isn't it, when they're getting told off?
Yeah. The ball was running away from him, and he showed his stats.
Yeah.
I think he's lucky there, if anything. But there you go. Michael Boswick's not one to stay down, is he? I think he's felt that one. You can always tell when O'Toole comes running up to Boswick, who's on the floor, and is trying to make it up with him. He knows that he's done something that's perhaps not quite right. Paul Dando there, he's worked his magic. Boswick just ruefully makes his way across to the touchline. Paul Dando, he has got a magic sponge, that boy, hasn't he?
Yeah, he certainly knows his stuff, doesn't he? Right, free kick.
I'll tell you, he sorted my knee out.
Did he?
Yeah, I was in all sorts of bother.
Got you back on your bike.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Ashton just cuts it out. No, I think that would have been. Here we go. Here comes an Ashton run.
And a little stretch.
Right, now he's got to get back.
It's straight out of the Pilates book, that one.
Oh well. Now it looks like Beardsley might be in a bit of trouble here for a little bit of afters.
I thought that was John Ashton he was going to call back, but it's not. It's Beardsley with his yellow card. That's standard.
I'm not getting involved with that.
See, he always says he doesn't, but whenever I watch him play, he does. I don't know. I think maybe he misses one or two of them. There's Roberts with a clearing header. It's coming back though. Shot into the body of Roberts, and I think he would have felt that one. It was well struck. Well, how did that work its way through without a touch in front of goal?
Well, fortunately, it's worked its way through what's 4 Stevenage players in that 6-yard box. Unfortunately, no Colchester players on hand to poke it home.
There were question marks towards the official.
Yeah, I thought Freeman had done enough there to sort of as backup left back. Laird was looking after one man. There was only one ball on. Freeman tracked it quite well, but he still managed to get the ball in.
Ball out of play. Still Colchester.
Could do with the third goal, Steve.
I was just going to say, it's still Colchester 1, Stevenage 2. This game is by no means safe for me. Colchester are very much in this. There's a searching ball forward. Allowed to drop. It's a challenge. Goes on that far side. Referee's having none of it. Michael Boswick thought he'd won the throw. Here comes the curling ball into the far post, and Day gathers, keeps it in play, and the ball's safe.
Doesn't want it short, tells Wilson to go on.
It's the edge of his area, sends it long, so long. Beardsley's there. Okungai. He
just knocked him off balance, should we say.
Yeah, and the result was the sliced clearance, and Stevenage with a throw in, level with the edge of the penalty area.
Laird comes forwards. Colchester defender wants it back in play quicker than that.
There is Laird. Freeman to Byram. Byram squares. Helped across to Boswick. Boswick onto his right foot. Oh, it's found the back of the net, in off the foot of the post, and Stevenage 3-1 up. And well, Boswick. How many times do we see him do that? It's just onto his right foot. He picked the spot, and well, the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. Colchester United 1, Stevenage 3.
Yeah, I had no imagination he was going to hit that from there, but he just took one touch and blasted it. I think it got a nick on its way in, didn't it? Just wrong-footed the goalkeeper, but hey, however they go in, it doesn't matter. 3-1 Stevenage.
Yeah, just did seem a lot of bodies around, didn't they? I'm wondering whether the goalkeeper was had a good view of that one, but I don't know whether it would have made too much difference. He was certainly rooted to the spot, and maybe now Stevenage can breathe a little bit easier.
That's certainly got the Stevenage fans bouncing behind that goal. Warm the feet and the hands.
The ball down. 2-goal margin. Oh, that's a dreadful ball. 2-goal margin restored, and Stevenage enjoying the festive. How can you say? The festivities here at Colchester on the Boxing Day.
Yeah, the Colchester defence being pretty generous, aren't they?
Yeah. It's been a good game as well, you have to say. There's the clearance. It's not been one-sided by any stretch of the imagination.
No, not at all.
Colchester have had their chances. And now it's Freeman into the area, onto his right foot. Freeman's shot. Well, the defender got a foot on that one, and it just skewed over the crossbar. Could have gone anywhere.
He did well, didn't he?
Yeah.
Heath did well, but it was a great piece of play from Beardsley and Freeman. Beardsley got Freeman in, just took it away from the byline so he could set his shot up, and Heath came from nowhere to get a block on that. And it just looped over the bar, didn't it?
Stevenage with the corner. Leading by 3-1. Freeman will go across to take. Quite a wind there, look, the flag blowing quite strongly, which will only help him whip this one in. In it comes as well. The goalkeeper almost spilled it, but in the end gathered it well. It was down by his ankles. He did well in the end.
Yeah, they're a bit difficult to take first time. You sometimes see them spill up, don't you?
Do you, Dean?
Another ball.
Here goes
Freeman. Did you get that? No.
It's just blocked out, and it'll be another goal kick.
Just rolled out. Wow.
Tell us how difficult they are then, Dean. What's your experience of a ball whipped in like that?
Oh, I used to play in goal at Pear Tree Park, Steve, so I've had many of those whipped in at my near post.
Last one picked. I'll stick him in goal. The lad with the glasses. Colchester knocking the ball down. Still.
Yeah, I used to wear my glasses on my head when I was in goal as well.
They'll still feel they're in this. Shot will come in, and for a moment, that just went past Chris Day's left-hand upright.
Yeah, well, as you know, he doesn't dive unless he has to, Chris. So he wasn't sure about that, was he? Because he saw it wide, but it was almost sort of a half-hearted dive. He kind of didn't know, but he knew it was going wide.
There'll be one or two across the other side there, and maybe thought that had gone in as well, because it hit the stanchion and maybe just looked like it had nestled in the net, but no bother. It's still Colchester 1, Stevenage 3. Throwing to Colchester on that far side. Rose takes. Ashton lets it bounce. He's been worked there by Henderson, I think it was, and we'll just shepherd it out and let Chris Day take the goal kick.
Yes, it's a good confidence boost getting 3 away from home, isn't it? You know, hopefully carry this on New Year's Eve to Wickham.
Day plays it into the centre circle. It's Colchester with the possession, given away though. Beardsley finds Freeman. Freeman wriggles clear and then just almost steps on the ball. Plays it back to Edwards, who sends it across to Ronnie Henry, was it? Or Laurie Wilson? Henry it was. And then Mark Roberts forward looking for Wilson. There is Wilson, his first touch, gets to the byline, pulls it across. Beardsley's in there, but so's Ocker and Guy to get the toe on the ball and put it behind. He had to as well.
Yeah, good play from Wilson, wasn't it, down that right hand side. Didn't give up. It's a 50-50 all the way, but Wilson managed to get his ball in, and Beardsley doing his bit there to win the corner.
Across goes Freeman. And a word whispered in his ear there. What was that about?
Well, we'll see in a minute if he puts 2 hands up in the air.
It's a white shirt you want.
Yes, he does, yeah.
Freeman sends it in. That's headed away only to the edge of the area. Stevenage claiming a free kick, and they've got it, yeah.
I don't think the referee could have seen that, Steve.
Was it Bond? I think it was.
Hang on a minute. Scott Laird straight away goes, come on, give me that, Bozzy.
Yeah.
I'm having a bit of this.
Okay. Laird. Oh, he's going to hit this one as well. Look at him. He's.
You think?
Yeah, he's.
Oh, I don't know.
He's spotting that one down. He's having a look.
Ash is giving his advice. What would you do, Ash?
Find the net. Laird runs over it. Boswick finds Laird. Laird across the goal. Oh, what a well-executed goal that is from Stevenage. That's the 4th of the afternoon. Scott Laird it was, who just ran over the free kick as if he was going to take it, went wide, played into him and squared across, and the goalkeeper no chance. Colchester United 1, Stevenage 4.
Yeah, fabulous. Now we know what John Ashton was telling them. You dummy it, Bozzy, you slide it into Lairdy and he'll put it back across the goalkeeper. And that'll be the 4th. There you go.
I didn't see John Ashton saying all those words, if I was being brutally honest, Dean. But it was obviously a well-rehearsed move as well. And John Joe O'Toole, he's had enough, and he's going to be replaced by number 9. I haven't got a number 9 on my team sheet.
Stephen Gillespie.
Number 12 on my team sheet.
There
you go.
Hasn't been his day, O'Toole, has it? Should we say that?
Yeah, he's been a little bit frustrated, hasn't he?
Another long-range effort.
Yeah, he'll just swallow those ones up all day.
Well, that's 4.
Yeah.
We want 5. Who'd have thought it?
Always been greedy, haven't you? Especially around Christmas time.
You speak for yourself.
I haven't had any of your jelly beans, that's for sure. Jelly babies. Stevenage.
That's because we're sitting. I'll put them away from you. You've had too much already.
Here comes the throw in. Oh, Stevenage keep it in. It's Beardsley into the area. It's now to Freeman. Freeman looking to get onto his left foot. He finds his left foot, fires it in low, and there's number 5. That's what Dean Thompson was after. Stevenage now surely safe. Colchester United 1, Stevenage 5.
Wow, brilliant. Started on the other side of the pitch, didn't it, Steve? Beardsley just won it, nicked it, slid inside the area. I think it was Phil Edwards in the middle of the box that just worked it out to Luke Freeman. The two substitutes working well together, and Freeman does what Freeman does brilliantly. Works his way left, got it on the peg, back across the goalkeeper. 5-1.
Say that again.
5-1, Steve.
Wow.
I think Stevenage are going to make a change before this. Looks like Chris Beardsley was coming off. I think it's Byron Harrison coming on. Yeah.
Is it time to say Merry Christmas, Dean?
Those Stevenage fans certainly enjoying their Boxing Day feast.
They've turned it around as well, though, and that's impressive because 2-0 up at half-time. Colchester went at Stevenage early in the second half. They got a goal back, and in fairness, they could have. They had 2 or 3 other chances as well to maybe get themselves on level terms, but Stevenage have overturned it, and you have to say the substitutions have worked, haven't they?
I think the manager's got to take a bit of credit there, Steve. He saw that it was a bit too open and a bit too end-to-end, and we don't like that at Stevenage. We like a little bit of steel and a little bit of beef in that middle there, and Edwards coming on has certainly done that, and then of course Freeman will give you that flair and give you that unpredictability down that left-hand side. What's he going to do? Is he going to go this way or that way? And he's certainly given the Colchester defenders something to think about, and 5-1 away from home on Boxing Day, Steve. Well,
some player to come off the bench, isn't he, Luke Freeman? Especially when you're looking for something, he can find it. And a couple of times he's tested the goalkeeper. He had that one that was the defender just got a shot, a foot on the shot, didn't he? And it just looped over the bar. Yeah. He's got away from his man several times, and it's Robin Shroot offers a different kind of play. They've both offered it today, but you have to say
here's Harrison.
It is a riches. Harrison in. Who's he on for? Missed that one.
Beardsley.
I was too busy talking while you were.
Well, you're enjoying yourself. That's all right.
Yeah. There's a shot.
Oh.
That's not a good one. And that will.
And look at the goal scorers: Shroot, Beardsley, Boswick, Laird, Freeman. All of them. 5 goals, 5 different scorers. And that's the great thing about this side. You're not relying on one man to put the ball in the back of the net.
Always been the way as well with this side. They do share the goals around. It's a volley.
No messing about, no bringing that under, no getting the shot away at the second touch. We'll just volley that and see what happens.
Yeah, you save it. There's the clearance. Laird lifts it forward. Harrison. Again, Harrison is... Again, it's a different challenge for the Colchester defence. There's no let-up for them. Ashton back to his goalkeeper. Does the cleaning up as well.
Not just that, he put his body in the way to make sure that Day wasn't going to get closed down as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's thinking about the ball, thinking about the man. Great play from Ashton.
Searching ball, there's Henderson into the area, the goal scorer, the shot comes, Day saves. How many times you see him stick out that right peg and the ball battered away.
Here goes Freeman.
Freeman loses his man.
Got one more.
Byram. Out to Laurie Wilson. Wilson just holds up. Pulls it back. There's Boswick. Boswick squares. Edwards. Back to Henry. Wilson and Henry swapping passes. There's Wilson with the cross. And we won't talk about that one.
Still, 10 or so minutes to go, Steve? Dare I say, we want 6?
Yeah, righto.
Well, Milton Keynes were here a couple of weeks ago and they beat Colchester 5-1, so it'd be nice to go one better than the Dons.
Let's save the goals for Wickham now, shall we?
Of course, we've got that big FA Cup tie at Reading coming up very soon.
Yeah.
Week on Saturday.
Almost a throwaway, isn't it? You want the league points. Never mind the FA Cup run.
You don't want an FA Cup run, is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, it's all about the league for me. There's the clearance.
Beat Reading, and then you could be commentating at White Hart Lane, Steve. Who knows?
Yeah, okay. Mind you, with Graham Wesley, you never know. Here comes Freeman, causing all sorts of bother on this left-hand side. He forces the throw in though. He leaves it in the end, and it's going to be Laird to take. Freeman goes to the corner flag. What's going on now? Just holding on to that one. Shares some pleasantries with some Colchester fans, no doubt.
Yeah. What am I?
What's the score? Finally, we're going to get the ball back in play.
I think one of the Colchester players is not too well.
Laird hooks it in.
On that far side.
Oh dear. Too much pud.
Well, I don't know. I'm sure he'll blame the wife's turkey, but yeah, I don't think he was looking a little bit green around the gills, Steve, there.
There's Laurie Wilson. Wilson into the area. Byron Harrison.
Offside.
Oh.
Just offside. Yeah, I think that's Michael Rose being replaced there and I think it's going to be Ben Coker coming on.
Michael Rose not looking so rosy.
I'll teach him to get out the quality streets in late at night.
There's Roberts with the header. Stevenage 5-1 up here at the Western Homes Community Stadium. Might as well blow up now, ref.
No. I want another one, remember?
Ashton. Edwards is bundled over, is he? No, says the referee.
What?
Wow. It's a good job we're 5-1 up, Dean.
Yeah. Goodness me. There we are.
Chris
Phil
Day.
Edwards isn't the type of player that goes down for no reason, is it?
No. Long
Clearance from Day.
Long clearance, just hangs. And, Wilson just beaten to it. Nearly 37 minutes played of this second half. Second half that's seen Stevenage adding another 3 goals to the 2 that they scored in the first half. No doubt where the points are going this afternoon. That's a nice touch as well. Byram it is, gets to the edge of the area, left foot shot from him. That is number 6 off the foot of the left hand upright. Joel Byram, lovely touch, and he was away. And well, that left foot shot, goalkeeper absolutely no chance there. Colchester United 1, Stevenage 6.
Say that again.
Colchester United 1, Stevenage 6.
Lovely little take by Joel on the right hand side there, was it? Just took it on the bounce, ran through into the box, positioned himself brilliantly, stroked it past the goalkeeper with his left foot. Much the same as the last two, really, but from the other side. Just put it across the goalkeeper, in off the base of the post. 6-1 Stevenage.
6-1 it is, Dean. You said it. We're not going to go for 7, are we?
I'm not going to be that bold to predict the 7th.
Joel Byram. If only he had a right foot.
He only uses it to stand on.
Tell Kidderminster that.
Mind you, yeah. Here he goes again.
Finds Byron Harrison. Harrison loses possession this time. Lloyd James comes away with it. Up to the halfway line. It's a long ball forward which Mark Roberts will just pick off, and Stevenage clear. Ben Williams. I was going to say he's probably not had a lot to do, has he? He's got a backache though.
You've got to pick the ball out of the net, Steve, haven't you?
Yeah.
No, he's made saves as well. I mean, it could have been a couple more, couldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, that didn't quite come off for Joel there.
Yeah, you're dead right.
But if you're looking at saves made, you're probably looking at Chris Day making more.
Yep.
A couple of good ones too.
Especially early in this second half when Stevenage were 2-0 up. And then Colchester got a goal back as well. So it could have been very different.
It's Freeman.
I think Graham Wesley will be well aware of that as well. Here comes Boswick driving forward again, looking to find Laurie Wilson. He does so. Wilson has to run along the edge of the 18-yard box, and the ball back to Boswick. The shot comes off the defender.
Didn't have a lot of option, Wilson, did he, as he was going across the box, but didn't run into any kind of challenge from the Colchester back four.
No. Here's Laird, one of the goal scorers. One of the 6 goal scorers.
You'd be hard pressed to pick the best one, won't you? Beardsley's 25-yarder, Boswick's a long ranger, the free kick to Laird.
Some good goals
Freeman
in there.
putting it across the box, and then Joel from taking it on and running into the box.
Yeah, go on then.
Pretty smart goals in there.
Name your goal of the game.
Oh, give me a minute or two.
There's ball looped forward, and Byron Harrison's on it. He's going to want to score. He's going to want to get in on the action, isn't he? Surely. He's quite happy to go to the corner flag.
And he gets his throw.
Prodded out of play. Stevenage throw. Colchester 1, Stevenage 6. Goal of the day?
I'm going to go for Byram.
Ooh. Man on the ball now.
Little effort there, nicked it on the bounce, ran into the box, stroked it across the keeper. Although Laird's was good.
It's
I
Freeman.
think Ash will take some credit for that one, though.
Freeman goes one way then the other, wins the corner. It was all about John Ashton, wasn't it? That little word. Just said, tell you what, you make the run.
Boswick's was great. I do think it got a nick, so it loses a point for that. Beardsley was a great goal. And Schrutes was a great build-up as well. So, but no, I'm going to go for Joel Byron, goal of the day.
Here comes the corner from Freeman. It's hung in the air and there's a Stevenage head on it. Normally you'd see that given as a free kick, I'm sure, from Michael Boswick, but the referee says play on.
Ashton there with a little step over. And another one.
Oh! Silky.
And he found his defensive teammate in the box. Wow.
There you go.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. I give you John Ashton.
I am saying,
right winger extraordinaire.
Just for that, I'm going to say Scott Laird's was goal of the day, because John Ashton has just put in the performance that, and he was all behind it. I'm not having Scott Laird. All he had to do was finish it. That was the easy bit. John Ashton is the man who, how can you say, he was the architect of that goal.
Well, look at those. It was like Johan Cruyff there. Now Laird licks it.
Laird, yeah, he's away, but now he's out of position as Colchester win it back. Shot will come in. Day down to his right hand side and just pushes it away, and referee runs straight into one of the Colchester players who was just trying to get on the ball. You don't want that when you're 6-1 down, do you? Do you think he said something?
Still a smart save from Day, and Colchester trying again. They're not quite given up.
There's Wilson looking for Harrison. Harrison is fouled. No, he's not.
No, Colchester throw.
It's Bond to James. Bond to James. Ball forward from the back. Chris Day will just let that one come through. We're just coming into the last minute of the 90 now. Colchester United 1, Stevenage 6 here at the Western Homes Community Stadium. Myself and Dean Thompson. Well, I've enjoyed this.
Well, yeah, I was just going to say, it's been an absolute pleasure, Steve. Yeah. That's not often I say that to you.
Well, yeah, thank you very much. Here's a foul.
Free kick against Phil Edwards there. He disagrees with it.
Yeah.
Just to the right of the D. A yard or two outside it, so what, 21, 22 yards? Scott Laird being told by the referee to retreat.
Is that Lloyd James over the ball?
No, he started pacing that out. Now he's guessing what he got to, the referee there. Now he's going to take him another 5 or 6, I'm not sure. Oh, did I pace 2 or 3 before I stopped?
Look, stop talking to me while I'm counting. Here comes the free kick. It's sent goalwards. It's into the wall. And there's a hand there, but Stevenage just able to lift that one away.
I think the fourth official said there's 5 minutes of added time.
How did you see that?
A bit more pain and misery to go through there for the home side and the home fans who have started to leave. Let's put it that way.
Those Stevenage fans haven't. What a day! What a way to celebrate your Boxing Day. Short trip to Colchester and then see your side. 6-1 to the good so far with 5 minutes still to go.
And back in time for tea. What are you having, Steve? What culinary delights have you got for your Boxing Day dinner?
Oh, it's got to be cold cuts, hasn't it? With
and mash?
Bit of bubble. Come Colchester down the right hand side. Mark Roberts runs that well.
Just motored when he needed to, timed his run to perfection. Ball out of play.
Colchester taking the throw quickly, little ball into the area, and again that defence just snaffle it up. Just quite happy to launch it down to the other end of the pitch.
It's really interesting now, isn't it? Both Carlisle and Brentford drawing, which means Stevenage go into 6th place, Steve, and then travel to 2nd from bottom, Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah.
Another win on New Year's Eve would certainly put Stevenage chasing Huddersfield and Milton Keynes.
Lovely touch from Wilson there, but Bond, I think it was there just to make sure that Wilson couldn't make any further ground. Colchester definitely taking the aerial route, trying to get it forward, but it's perhaps not advisable against this sort of defence. Colchester, plenty of possession. I'm not hearing the olays though. Ball sent to the edge of the area. Wilson heads it back to Chris Day from the edge of the area. John Ashton has a little look. Chris Day looks around him. It's gone long. 3 of the 5 minutes have been played. There's a chase for John Ashton.
There's a really good playoff shout from the side coming on, Steve, I think. They're just playing with confidence. They're playing with aplomb. They don't, there's goals all around the team. There's being tight at the back, and it's got all things of, another playoff campaign here.
Do you think? Here comes the ball.
Maybe.
Corner. They've looked assured. It just worried me a little bit. The start of the second half, it was just far too open, and I think, in fairness, the manager spotted it quite early.
Yeah.
Did something about it by, strangely enough, bringing on the likes of Luke Freeman.
Yeah.
There's Dave with the clearance. Referee still playing on. We'll make it about a minute of the 5 remaining. As Day spots that down. Stevenage will certainly be enjoying their Boxing Day evening meal without a shadow of a doubt. 3 points on the way back to the Lamex, and it's 3 points that's so precious at this time of the year. There's a turn from Byron Harrison, finds Laurie Wilson. Ronnie Henry back to Wilson. Luke Freeman getting involved. Wilson and Freeman swapping passes. Freeman onto his left foot, swings a ball in, headed away. There's Byram challenging for that one. Michael Boswick wrong-footed, and there is the final whistle. And Dean, you've got to be happy with that one.
Yeah, unbelievably. Great win, great all-round performance, 6 goals. On to Wycombe, Steve.
Merry Christmas, everybody. It's finished here at the Western Homes Community Stadium. A scoreline: Colchester 1, Stevenage 6.